Okay guys, so here at the Caroni swamp in Trinidad, it is the largest wetlands of mangroves here on the island, and it is it's a bird sanctuary. It's the home of the Scarlet Ibis, which is the country's national bird. So I'm going to take a boat tour today and hopefully see some of those out on the water, and maybe some other animals as well. So, but pretty place. It is swampy though. It smells a little swampy, but pretty cool. I hear stuff, but I don't see anything. Did you see one?
He's just flying away in there. He was sitting there for a while.
I didn't see him.
But he just took off.
Alright, here we go on the tour.
A breeze already.
Yep.
Oh, a free cat? Anyone. They're all spayed and neutered, so they're good to go. They're already processed. Right, so guys, it is the second largest, and the river is the first. And for the ones who don't know, yes, Kalpus also do tours at the River Swamp. Very, very adventurous tour there too as well. That's our tour on the East Coast. And then we have this tour here, which is on the West Coast. This is our sunset tour that takes you all to see our national bird. But while we're making that journey down, there's so much additional stuff we can see, so keep your eyes out. I'll explain as we go along. So it is our second largest wetland, but the largest mangrove forest. All these trees that you guys are seeing here, all mangrove trees. Now it so happens to be the same types after our national colors. You all know the national colors, right?
Red.
Oh, you answered it, but you just won yourself a
Red,
prize.
black, white.
Right? A free cat. Here guys, it's our national colors, red, white and black. I know for the untrained eye, all you guys, it's a termite's nest. For the untrained eye, you might not be able to tell them apart. But I want you guys to look to my right. So I have a laser pointer. You guys see that little green dot on that tree?
Yes.
Right there. That's a black mangrove. Darker trunks. Yes, there's a crab on the tree too as well. Right? A mangrove tree climbing crab or a Rattus personae. Good eye, yes. But look down by the roots, guys. You guys see those small dart-like roots sticking upwards?
Yeah.
Those are known as the metaphors of breeding roots. And it's only found in two of the species we have here, which is the black. And look to the left. You guys see the laser point on those two trees again there? That's two white mangrove. But the metaphors of breeding roots is very much narrower compared to the one on the black mangrove, which are more larger like pencils. Right? But it's a high tide now, and you guys see it sticking just over the water level. You have so much decomposing organisms. If these roots don't get oxygen, it rots and the tree dies. Now look in front of the boat. You guys see these roots hanging from way up? That's our third and final type, yes?
The red.
And that's one of our famous gentlemen. Yes, we have one of our national heroes here too as well. Right? And award-winning tour guide, Jesse James, to the front. Right, so if you guys don't know Jesse, yes, the gentleman in the center right there who's pointing around. Right? Amazing tour guide. So Jesse takes his guests all around the country too as well. So just over Jesse, that third and final type, which is our main species, red mangroves. Now further in we go. This river is linked to the ocean. Right now we are having a rising tide. You guys see the water how it's pushing inland? Alright, so further in we go, we're getting closer to the ocean. Closer to the ocean, it's getting saltier, higher salinity level. The red mangrove tend to strive better in saltier conditions. So further in we go, majority of mangroves, we are going to see our red mangroves. When you ask, when you guys are wondering, where are they during the course of the day? Look, we have a yellow-crowned night heron above us, ibis to the left, yellow-crowned night heron above. The birds are really birding right now.
So red.
So when you're wondering where the birds are during the course of the day, they're just between the mangroves. Guys, with this rising tide right now, plenty of the juvenile fishes and marine worms, all those shrimp, go between the roots to seek shelter. We have a lot of predatory fishes that feed on them. You guys know how the food chain go. Big fish eat little fish. But when they're trying to get away from the bigger fishes, they jump into something else. The tide and flow.
Oh, is there a
When the
caiman?
tide goes down, a lot of them get trapped between the mangrove roots and the small lakes and mud puddles. And then it's easy for the birds to catch them and make them lunch or dinner. Right? So I know we have a lot of shrimp lovers here, guys. Here is infested with shrimp. And here is infested with crab. Anybody here love to eat crab?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing a few hands going up. We have the Lucas blue crab or land crab. Then we have the one in the water, which is it's known as a blue crab too, or the Atlantic swimming crab. We have a little blue heron in front of us. And then we have the mangrove crab or hairy crab. Everybody says the one with the hair is the sweetest. I find all of them taste good. Right? Now, there's a little something that happens here that has our local people, or local crab catchers, going crazy. Anybody knows what is that? Anybody here ever hear that term, crab running? Basically, the mating of the crabs. Now, there's certain times of the year when you guys look at the news, they would say we have that super moon, or that spring tide or king tide. Those tide and flow triggers the crabs into going to the mating season. Now when those female crabs know of that, they let go that pheromone telling the male crabs, hey, I am ready to mate. And then all these male crabs start running around crazy looking for a potential mate. Guys, look in front of us, right in front of us. Oh my god,
On the branch.
Yeah.
no way. Okay, watch him first, I'll explain after. You kidding me? The birds are really birding. Guys, this is called a snake neck duck, known as an ahinga. Now look at his sharp beaks. You guys seeing that?
Yeah.
Oh my god, she's so fine. Let me have a video of this quickly. So close. Oh my god, she's right there. You guys are practically under her. Guys, snake neck duck or the ahinga. These spearfish, these actually. Oh my god, look at her. She is so
That's pretty
close.
cool. You're good, you're good.
She's just making a noise, yes. Look at her. And my guess is just under her. What? Oh my god, I'm coming back a little bit. Let me come back a little bit. Guys,
I can't believe she hadn't flown
she
away.
would swim under the water. Like I told you guys, with so much juvenile fishes here, she would actually swim under the water and spear the fish. And when she spears the fish through and through with that sharp beaks, you would see her surfacing. And as she surfaces, she would flip the fish around a couple times until she can hinga or snake neck. Remember when you post your videos or your TikToks, don't forget to tag us. So guys, back to our mangrove forest. Like I said, I'm just mentioning a few things for you all. Coastal breakers, natural filter, natural nursery, natural filter for water, air. The list just goes on and on
I see him.
of good benefits that the mangrove forest brings to us. And it is protected in Trinidad and Tobago. Long ago they used to use it for firewood, building of houses, right? Mangrove doesn't retain a lot of water,
So
although
bright.
it lives in water.
They're so
It
bright.
can actually burn
You see him,
if
Harvey?
you cut
Way
it
back in the
green.
trees?
And the next thing about it too, Jesse can tell you guys, back in the days, a lot of men would come and get the leaf of the red mangrove tree, boil it and make a tea out of it to give it to their wives. Anybody know the side effect of that?
Children.
Well, the side
Ultimately.
effect of that is actually plenty housework.
Oh,
What?
plenty of housework, even better.
So I don't know if any of you
Better
guys
than
men want
children.
to believe, you guys can go feel free to get a. It's really blocking anybody.
Now, does it matter whether it's red mango leaves or white mango leaves to get plenty of work?
Red mangrove.
Red mangrove, all right.
So normally there's a white bird known as the snowy egret. There only 3 species, but guys, this is actually a juvenile yellow-crowned night heron. The couple white one. Oh, sorry, little blue. Sorry. Wrong thing to say. I thought you had seen something else. Yes, my bad. Correction, guys. A juvenile little blue heron. Now, little blue heron in front of us is actually that bluish gray, and as a baby, they would change from that white into gray. Yeah.
So that name actually came from the Spanish in the 80s, where they believed it was a sleeping rattlesnake. It's asleep, but it's not a rattlesnake, so they possess no venom whatsoever. It's a boa, so they constrict their prey in order to feed on them. The habit that this snake has, I mean, like I said, it's asleep. They like to feed at night or hunt at night, right? So they'll feed on things like birds, bird eggs, water rats, small mammals and reptiles. And the habit that it has is after having a good meal, they like to curl up on a branch just like this over the water's edge and just digest that meal for a week, maybe even more than that.
Wow.
So people who come here frequently tend to think, hey, we put that there, right? Or that snake is fake. But guys, it's pretty, very, very real. If it was lower down, I could have shown you guys. You're lucky today. But you don't really need to worry unless you have one black. You know why, right? No, why? Snake, to put it in simple terms, they track their prey with heat signatures, right? What color attracts the most heat?
Black.
Until it's hot.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, guys. You have nothing to worry about. They only get to about 7 or 8 feet in length, so they're not the ones to worry about. But guys, that's an adult, right? They don't really get much bigger than that. And it's one of the rarest and hardest things to find in this swamp. They are so small, they blend in so well, and they will actually have a home range of, if it's a male, 7 to 11 hectares. If it's a female, 3 to 5 hectares. So they like to claim a bunch of space, right? But, like I said, this is the smallest and this is an adult.
Oh, I don't want to think about that.
But they are so close, right? That's actually the first time I'm seeing them so close together. Here's the thing. Snakes will feed on that. But silky anteaters, they feed on termites and ants like the name would suggest. But after they're done feeding, they'll actually rub the scent of the termites on them so the snake doesn't figure out they're right there. So he's doing a really good job.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm going off route.
What are the babies?
Try to go around.
The tree.
White claw, what do you want?
No, but I'm trying to go around that fallen tree there. You guys are definitely getting an adventure today. So we have this one branch again here, guys. I know it's a nice thing. I just did a paint job. Again, right guys, so we have to go under this very slowly.
Already done.
That's right.
Yeah. Body branches.
I don't know.
Duck, goose. That's your side. That's the bed.
Guys, this is the quiet zone, so you can talk freely, but please no outbursts or anything that would scare the birds away.
Kids probably know how to tie lines.
He's gonna handle it. Jesse's gonna handle the one.
So we're just gonna sit here for a while and
Yeah, they should all come right in these trees right here.
So guys, this is going to be our last stop this afternoon. I am going to explain to you all what's happening here. Normally, as I start explaining to you all, we have a pause. So let's take the pause first, because why? we're normally greeted by a lot of catfish around here. They have developed a habit knowing that these boats carry tourists that has bags full of snacks. Right? Guys, please don't put your hands in the water. We're going to take a 5 minutes break and then I'll start explaining to you all what is happening here. In that time, take a look at the catfish and then I'll start.
Oh yeah, there's tons of them, aren't there?
With their little whiskers.
They're nasty looking little critters, aren't they? Yeah.
So yeah guys, we already have some ibis coming on the island. Now this is our roosted island here, and people get it a little confused thinking that it's the island that they have youngs. They don't have their youngs here, right? Remember when I was mentioning to you all about that mineral rich water, that brown water that comes out with the heavy rainfall, that mineral rich water that tends to feed the birds, who feed everything here. Well, basically what happens is that it actually triggers the birds into going to the nesting, because with the abundance of all that food source, as the rainfall is coming down, if you guys follow up everything in the world, Serengeti, all of them are waiting on the rainfall that everybody tends to reproduce. So really want to have that peace and tranquil. Don't want to have the disturbance of guests here. So they always shift away from them. So they go where the fragrant mangroves are and have their youngs. That was at the beginning of the rainy season. Now that is coming to an end. So as it's coming to an end, they are returning back to the island here, where they normally wait for the rain to come once more. So what normally happens is it rolls into being the dry season. The soil level spikes as we are linked to the ocean, and even if they try to have their youngs at that point in time, the young ones die. They can't sustain that amount of soil. So they all come on this one island and wait for the seasonal change to happen once more again, called roosting.
Although it didn't capture fantastic on camera, visiting the Caroni swamp and watching the Scarlet Ibis come home to roost in the evening was a spectacular experience. There must have been thousands of the birds that flew in and made their way back to their home for the evening. I highly recommend visiting this place and doing this tour if you get an opportunity.